Welcome, one more gamers to One More Game podcast. This is episode 40. 40 episodes on the 24th of January, 2023. We've done it, ImPickleMatt. I'm here. I am your host, theStroke, and I'm here with my only friend in the world. I'm ImPickleMatt. A few days after having his second child. Congrats, man. Oh, I cannot hear you. I guess we probably should have checked that earlier. While he gets that all figured out, we can congratulate all of you guys for joining us on our 40th episode. We've been doing this for almost a year. Sadly, SwiftMeDot cannot be with us here tonight. But if you're joining us in the chat, thanks as always for being here. And ImPickleMatt is continuing to troubleshoot. Let me make sure it's not on my end. Got nothing from you. Your mic appears to be lighting up. Let me see here. Headphones. Yeah. Thing. He's gone. And it's just me. All right. Well, he's going to get that figured out. And I am going to keep on moving on.
We're back.
He's
good
back.
To be here. Thank you.
One More Game is back.
Updated my drivers just for this episode. I haven't been on my PC in over 2 weeks. What up?
Yeah. Congrats, man. And glad you got all that figured out. And you still got time to podcast for these guys. Anaheim Hookie in the chat says, just want to say hi. I'll watch you guys when I catch up. Team USA is playing in a friendly in soccer. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's get moving on, man. This will be a short episode. We got a lot of life stuff going on. PickleMatt's, doing dad stuff, and I am leaving for a new city. I move basically every 3 months, and as of now, this is the last thing I haven't packed up in my house, dude. So I left it up so we could do the podcast and be awesome.
Cost effective, and I'm sure it's very good for your marriage.
Yeah. We dig it. But all right, man, let's get into the news for the week. All right, I'll preface this with I have not seen The Last of Us, but don't worry about spoiling it for me. I'm not super worried about all that because I know what happens at the beginning of the game because I started playing it. But The Last of Us has driven a, get this, 238% increase in the sale of the game, at least Last of Us Part 1. And then Episode 2 with a 66% increase in viewership over Episode 1, which is strange, but we can talk about that. But what do you think, dude? First impressions?
I'm really sad that you haven't played the game, you haven't played most of the game, and you haven't seen it because this is like the only thing I logged in to talk about today.
Well, I will tell you, I did play.
Go ahead.
And so we can actually talk slightly educated about it. But
my impression is this sets the bar for any video game conversion to film or TV or whatever. This is perfection. It's
wow.
So it's got all the action elements and story that you'd want from a TV show, but it was incredible at bringing you back to. I haven't played the game in like six-ish years, but I immediately remembered the first scene, and then from the second episode, I remembered the exact scene that they fought the clickers in, and the scenes that they make, the sets. I know it's a lot of green screen, I'm sure, but it looks exactly like the game itself, which is awesome. And then the fights themselves, they are like a video game, but they're like tense enough and movie-ish enough that it's just really well done. Crizzo agrees with me, and improper Pearl Clutcher says, "Man, you got to play the game. Such a shame."
Well, we will talk about it in what we played this week. I played it enough on my 2-hour trial to spend $70 on it, so it's happening.
I'm actually thinking about getting the remaster again and playing through it again because the show has got me. It's kind of like, I don't know. The show's got me really thinking back to how much I enjoy the game. And the way that they do the show, I'm really excited for the rest of the show itself. And then I hope that the rest of the video game genre of TV and movies follows suit, because this is great.
I mean, HBO, when they take on something to make a TV show about, typically they give it a good go. So
Apparently they needed this, right? Because they were firing employees and canceling shows left and right and like cutting budget. So maybe
interesting.
they'll yeah.
What if they just become the studio that just makes badass video game adaptations?
I mean, as long as they keep it like The Last of Us, then they'll have a spot in everybody's streaming repertoire, I'm sure.
Yeah, Zarisk in the chat says the game was so good I played a second time through right after. Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, they even like
I did
nailed
that
like
with
the rate.
Hades. Every time I die, I play
Oh,
again.
any roguelite. Yeah. Cool, man.
Well, nice. It's cool to
So
see
good.
this getting big time hype, not just with the gamers out there, but just general population is loving the show. So very nice.
So, question. So, are you going to play the game before you watch the show?
I think so, which is going to be rough because everyone's going to be talking about it, but I think it'll be worth it.
No, I think that's the way to go. I don't know how fast it flows compared to the game because I haven't played it in so long, but you may need to put some hours in just to get ahead of the episodes.
I don't know how the game works exactly. Is it pretty linear? Like, do you have side quests or you just play the story?
No, it's linear. Yeah.
Okay. So
You don't have hardly anything for sides.
I'll have to mash through that, but we'll get it going.
It was funny because Swift was asking me about the enemies that they, or not the enemies, but like the zombies that they fought in the second episode. He's like, why were they doing the clicking sound? And are they all like that? And I was like, no, dude, it's from a video game. So like conveniently different zombies mutate differently. So there's different types of enemies in the video game.
Yeah, so you're not playing the same zombie.
Yeah, but they never said clicker in the episode, which is kind of weird. They never like named the enemy type, which I thought they were going to do.
I saw a funny meme where they said the name of the show in the first few episodes because they say, "Wow, we really are the HBO's The Last of Us." Anyways,
That's awesome.
all right. Well, the show's killing it. I guess I'm the only person on the planet not watching, but I don't know. Improper Pro Clutcher says watch the show first for the surprise. I think that is very tempting because it would be kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm a gamer at heart, so I'll probably play first and then see how cool they did it. But all right,
I'm on the play first vote, but maybe somebody else would change your mind.
Well, moving on to another awesome game that we both know and love. Well, at least from the Witcher standpoint, but Cyberpunk 2077 is got an expansion coming out called Phantom Liberty, and apparently it costs more to make than any other Witcher 3 DLC, which blows my mind because the Witcher 3 DLCs were massive. But this does have Idris Elba in there, if you're wondering. He's kind of like the main character in the DLC. You haven't gotten into Cyberpunk, PickleMatt, but I think you're going to like it based on...
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I have done the first quest where you meet, what's his name? Neo.
No, it's not the first quest. No way.
Whatever. I don't know. I played it when the game was super broken.
It took me like an hour to get to that point. More than an hour. Anyways.
Really? Maybe I played for an hour.
Maybe
it's like a flashback, right? Where he's he's just wrecking people with the pistol.
There is a scene where you do that, but you don't really. Yeah, I guess you kind of are him.
Or you're with him.
Well, they're spending more money on this bad boy, which is kind of surprising. What do you think? Do you think this thing is going to be worth
I'd rather
a look?
I guess I can't give it a justice, I guess, to say that it would be good or bad. I just kind of, in my gut, I say, pump all that money into Witcher 4, man, because I freaking love Witcher 3.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that they're still, and they're gonna. I think it's a full-on $60 charge for this DLC. So
then it absolutely cannot be broken at release this time. Otherwise, they'll kill every last bit of credibility.
Yeah, what's crazy is this is the most expensive from their perspective to make, but they didn't necessarily say it's the biggest DLC, which is interesting because Blood and Wine, I think, had like 40 hours worth of extra gameplay for The Witcher.
Idris Elba is expensive, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just the voice actor is the main problem.
Yeah.
All right, well, I played some of this a little bit more. We out here in the future, but let's move on. All right, in a series of weird tweets and rumors, it has been announced / confirmed that 343 will continue to make Halo both now and in the future. So there were some rumors floating around with all the Microsoft layoffs that the studio had been removed as the lead developers for all things Halo, and then their high up president type guy made a comment on Twitter that said, we still got it. We'll be making it. And I don't know if that. I was reading the comments. I was like, it didn't really hit right because you haven't really been hitting the home runs with Halo in a while. So
Yeah. You still got what?
yeah,
My question. No split screen co-op. No campaign that anybody wants to play.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, good job. You still are making games that nobody cares about. But
Yeah.
kind of sad to see
Change
that.
our mind. Change our mind.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of felt as soon as Bungie lost Halo, that's when it was on the downhill. But, I guess ODST was kind of cool, but
yeah, I don't know. I guess the Microsoft got a bunch of jobs cut, and Xbox was part of that. And then I did see a news article that 343, there was like an internal thing that either got leaked or somebody was talking that shouldn't have, that was basically blaming Microsoft executives for like how bad Halo has gotten, or I guess not successful it's gotten.
yeah,
So it sounds like there's a little bit of turmoil inside the old Xbox and 343.
yeah, I went down quite a rabbit hole when it came to what was going on there and the way that kind of Microsoft has been handling how closely they've been controlling Halo and stuff has also been hotly debated amongst developers. So all kinds of drama over there in the house of Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. All right, man. Well, let's move on. Cool. I heard you have some news about a Indiana Jones game.
Oh yeah, I sure do. I just read this on the thing because I haven't looked at my phone in a long time. But Indiana Jones game development from Bethesda producer Todd Howard says the game will be a mashup of different genres. Howard said, "I will just say it's a mashup. It's unique. It isn't one thing intentionally. So it does a lot of different things, and myself and the folks at Machine Games have wanted to do in the game. So it's a unique thing."
Sounds like he doesn't know what it is.
Sounds like they're still trying to find their moxie in the game.
Yeah, I
what do
was.
you think?
I watched the I don't know, the Xbox Bethesda kind of thing that we had talked about, the showcase. Nothing major that we were hoping for, like Fable or nothing about Starfield, nothing about
I know,
Skyrim
man.
or Elder Scrolls. The only cool thing I saw from that whole thing was another Redfall gameplay bit of footage.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of cool. I don't know if you ever dabbled in Elder Scrolls Online. Basically, it's Skyrim on steroids, but they say you can play all the old expansion / releases now for free. So if you haven't got to mess with that and you're into MMOs, that's actually a pretty cool one because it's a little bit different flavor than WoW and those kind of games because the quests and story matter more than anything else. But well, cool. That's basically the news, dude.
If you're talking specifically to me, then I will not be playing anything like Elder Scrolls in the next probably 12 months.
You have plenty of free time
Unless it's
now.
on Steam Deck, maybe.
Well, cool. That's it, folks.
Hey, I will say there has been an Indiana Jones game, right? Lego Indiana Jones.
Lego. I got to try that Lego.
I don't know if Indiana
God of War
Jones lends
game.
itself. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know if I don't know if Indiana Jones lends itself to a video game very well because it's a very linear story, and he doesn't have like any superpowers.
And
He's
I'm
just, like,
Hooky.
sarcastic
Thanks for the sub. Killing it over there. The
Oh,
support.
dude, look at
Go
that.
USA.
Go America.
All right, let's get into the games radar for the week.
Sub He subbed for our comment. He or she subbed for our commentary for on Lego games.
Yeah, he loves the Lego games. We're not giving away any Legos this week, but I just shipped off Tractor Beam's giveaway, so we'll see if he has a nice email to respond with here shortly.
Nice.
All right, guys. Games coming out this week. Should be a little bit better than last week, but still nothing too amazing for you. But if you're into horror games, we've been alluding to Dead Space remake for quite some time. So on the 27th for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, return to face the unknowable fears with Dead Space, a next generation reimagining of the classic horror survival action game. I'm very tempted to get in here because I actually did enjoy that game until it scared me so bad that I stopped playing.
Yeah, I don't. You said you didn't like horror games, but this game is so awesome, and I really want to play it. So I saw it comes out on PC. I don't know if it's going to be on the Steam Deck, but I feel like I wouldn't be doing the game justice if I played it on Steam Deck because it's a very immersive type.
Yeah,
I think it's the perfect like couch PlayStation or Xbox kind of game.
this game, the bigger the screen you can get,
Or I don't know.
and the more isolating of like headphones and whatever you can get is I think what you're.
Yeah, draw those curtains, darken that room up, and oh man, you're gonna have a good time. If you haven't played Dead Space, or if you don't know what it is, and I feel like you just weren't alive in the mid 2000s when it was in its heyday, but this could be great. Like we talked about on a previous episode, apparently they changed a few elements of the game that people didn't like in the first one. So hopefully it's just like a even better game with better graphics and more pants shitting scare horror zombie stuff.
Yeah, I mean this right here is
It's
a
good
perfect example of like the increase in fidelity that you're going to get from this. Like these two screenshots,
Look at that ray tracing.
it's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. So I might check it out, but we'll see. All right, so you had that opportunity as of.
You think you're gonna be able to handle it?
Yeah, maybe if I play it with the lights on. I don't know, man. I think honestly there was a point where I got to a certain point in this game and I stopped playing because I couldn't convince myself to go around the corner because I could hear the things screeching and clicking, and I was just like, no, dude.
Oh, you're gonna have some fun with Last of Us then, dude.
Oh god.
The enemies I talked about are called the clickers.
All right, man. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about We Were Here Forever?
We Were Here Forever comes out January 31st on all platforms except for the Switch. It's the fourth game in this chilling series. We Were Here Forever features co-op mechanics where the puzzles you encounter take two to solve. You both have a role to play. Sounds like a horror version of It Takes Two a little bit.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for this. I'm probably going to play this. Yeah, I might force Jen to play this because it's horror in the sense of like the way Nightmare Before Christmas is horror, if that makes sense.
Oh, is that a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
Both. Just like, no, it's only Christmas Halloween movie.
I think it's a Halloween movie.
It is. I just told you.
But not a Christmas movie.
The way I've heard this is like if you enjoy escape rooms and you have a friend that also likes to do things like that, play this.
Looks like is it online too? Online and
I'm not sure. I haven't seen that, but it'll be on everything but the Switch, so I imagine it's probably got online capabilities these days. But We Were Here Forever. Check that out, January 31st. You're into that sort of. Also, on January 31st, you got a chance to check out 8-Bit Adventures 2. If you're an old school Final Fantasy fan or, those late Nintendo era / which I am now, early Super Nintendo era, you can check this thing out. It is a brand new RPG that can be enjoyed by new and returning adventurers. Save the world from a vengeful glitch A mistreated child with terrifying powers threatened to reshape the world in his own chaotic image. This gives me massive Final Fantasy feels. Some of it almost looks a little bit ripped off, but do what you will.
It looks like a combination of Final Fantasy, Pokemon, and Stardew Valley.
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of Zelda stuff going on. Like that chest right there looks exactly
Yeah.
like a Zelda chest.
Yeah, it does.
Nice. Oh, it looks fun. But those are your options here coming up this next week on the Games Radar for One More Game. If there's another game you're excited about, want us to talk about, go ahead and reach out to us at OMG_podcastGG on Twitter and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can send us an email at OMGpodcastGG@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And send us recommendations or things we missed on the radar that you're excited about. PickleMatt's going to post a link in the chat, and you can find that same link in the description for the podcast. If you're listening abroad, that'll send you to our Discord. Love to have you guys join us. There's always someone in there gaming, playing something, and we'd love to, get some games with some of our listeners. That'd be awesome. You can also find some cool stuff in there, like a channel called Sweet Pickles, where PickleMatt breaks down some sweet gamer deals or technology sales or all kinds of cool stuff. What do you got going on this week for your Sweet Pickles there, Matt?
Dude, I don't even know what day of the week it is, so let's roll through this. I'm in so much pain. Okay, sleep. What is it? Walmart has some big discounts on PS5 and Switch exclusives. I'm gonna click this link here and see if it's still going on. Yeah, sure is. Demon Souls is $43. That's kind of cool.
Wow.
But yeah, check out Walmart.
Expensive.
Sale might be over. Don't know. It's been a little bit. But we got a link in the Discord on the Sweet Pickles channel to see if you want to scoop any of that up. And then Callisto Protocol was on sale for $20 off if you're looking to buy the Dead Space knockoff. That potentially
Didn't
that
do
potentially
so well.
is. Did you see that they had like outlandish projections for this game? Like they
Did
were
they?
projecting that it was going to sell millions and millions of copies, and I think even internally they were like, "This is the dumbest. Like this is not going to happen."
Yeah, I don't know what their thoughts on that were, but get out of here.
I don't know. I think it's a decent game, is what people say. So $40 might be worth it. And then Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope is $40 at Target. This one I actually saw as I was walking around Target today. I was picking up some stuff to help my wife with her breastfeeding stuff. So TMI, but this is where I am in life.
Yeah, good job talking about your wife's breasts on a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool. There you have it.
I hope
Sweet
my
Pickles.
wife is watching that.
Yeah.
But hey, man, props to me for getting myself over to the video game aisle, right?
Yeah, there you go. I'm proud of you. You can always use a constant Sweet Pickle. Use the code OMGPod10 at viraltech.com. Get yourself the gaming PC of your dreams. We work with those guys closely. All kinds of stuff going on over there. Really neat place. Better known business, and they can hook you up with a stream machine that you didn't even know could be a thing. Or you could head over to swiftlifestyles.com and pick yourself up some gamer energy supplements that are not bad for you and don't leave you feeling like crap. OMG Pod 10, get yourself some discounts on those, and that'll be a sweet pickle for you. All right, guys. Let's get into the major topic for the week. Major topic for the week is going to be real quick because this man needs to sleep and I got to pack this computer system up. So, PickleMatt, tell me the top few things that changed about your gaming lifestyle when you had kids.
I was not ready for this, man. All right. When I had kids. Okay, so before I would you could go on binges pretty easily. And, as long as you keep so your life goes in phases, right? So if you end up getting married, then you've got that new variable to deal with. And then if you have kids, that's a whole new variable. So the binges are not a thing anymore. So if I'm done wiping down the counters and vacuuming and doing all the nightly chores, then I get like a nice, good, solid hour on my
Hour.
PC these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if I'm not flying in the morning, then or have to wake up early or fly the next day, then maybe I stretch that out to a couple like, a couple more hours because I don't need sleep. Who needs sleep, right?
Yeah. I agree. The
So
first thing that I started sacrificing once I had kids, it wasn't gaming, it was sleep, and that didn't work out so hot for me.
no, it does not. It does not work out. I do not recommend, but I don't know. I shaved maybe a year or two off my life by staying up a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess that was the first thing to go is the sitting down and binging for a little bit because you just don't have time.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. There was a little phase there where I had one kid and Liam was, he was immobile and I could just hang out with him on my chest, right? And I could play games while he sleeps on me, right? And that kind of binge could happen, but once they get to the point where they're mobile, that all goes out the window because they want to move and do stuff. One of the biggest things for me was any game that required me to put in a lot of grinding to either progress or rank up.
Destiny 2.
Yeah, that one started working a little bit for me because like you can kind of ditch, right, and be absent from that, like if you need to go do something. But like Heroes of the Storm, I could no longer be competitive in a game that I like was really
Oh
competitive
yeah,
at
yeah,
one
yeah.
point because the games were long enough to where I couldn't just drop in the middle of it because my kid fell down the stairs. I had to finish the game and not help my. Oh wait, other way around. Uh, but like you have to win. Like most games are balanced to win 50-50, right? And so in order to progress, you have to win a little bit more than half your games over a long period of time. And so in order to get up to diamond and master and all those kind of things, you'd have to play a lot. And that just was not possible. Well, I tried to make it possible for a long time. We can talk about this in another full episode dedicated to relationships and gaming. But there was one point where Jen and I had to like legitimately have a heart to heart about like video games not being the best thing right now for the relationship. And Heroes of the Storm was like one of the main culprits of that. And so I had to kind of shift my mindset on games that I could play, more games that I could pause, story focused, that kind of stuff. And so that was one of the bigger ones. Be ready for if you're going to have kids, because don't let it bite you in the butt.
You definitely get inventive. I don't know what the format of this is because in the show notes it just says major topic of the week and that's blank. So,
Yeah.
but like you said, you definitely get more inventive, right? So, like the Steam Deck is one of the greatest things. Oh, speaking of which, so I'm sitting there in the delivery room. We're just waiting for, waiting for the baby to come. If you've never, babies can be born in many different ways. Sometimes you're like rushing to the hospital and
There's a
you just like she
stork
just
in
has the
one of the
baby there.
ways. Uh,
Yeah. No, no. No, sometimes you rush to the hospital and it just happens right away. And then sometimes you go to the hospital and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll admit you. And then like you wait there for 12 hours or you wait there for 14 hours. And then finally the baby is born, right? Well, so I'm sitting there and we're on like hour number 4. It's getting to like 7, 8 p.m. And my wife's like, hey, where's that stupid little handheld video game system that you have? And I was like, oh, you mean the Steam Deck? She's like, yeah, what? Did you not bring that? And I was like, no, honey, I didn't. And she's like, "Oh, well, you definitely should have." And I like
oh, you
left
just
the room.
made
And I
the
was like,
assumption that she
"God
like would
damn
not
it!"
be happy if you had that at your child's birth. Oh,
Yeah,
you poor soul.
I know it's sad. So you know what I did is I downloaded Slay the Spire on the
When
App
you're
Store for $10.
very nice. I think when we were waiting for Amelia to be born, I almost beat Hollow Knight during that whole time because it was like 12 hours of waiting and I couldn't sleep in that
Oh
hospital
yeah,
bed.
those hospital beds suck ass.
Nice, man.
The one for the lady are really nice though. They recline and stuff. God, they're so spoiled.
Yeah, they get it. They got it good over there at the hospital when they give birth. We're the ones who have to suffer on that little couch. God,
I know.
don't kill us, please. No way they listen to this. Anyways,
No way. Yeah, they have better things to do.
But I will say, as the kids start to get a little bit bigger, a little bit older, a little bit more capable, gaming starts to take on a new adventure and chapter in your life. So Liam is starting to get interested in certain games, and we're balancing when he can do that and what's healthy and all that as a modern family has to deal with. But it's fun to play Mario Kart with the kids and all that kind of stuff. Your brother-in-law is going to snitch on you. Watch out.
It's my cousin-in-law, and I will literally murder you. I will go to jail for that. Just kidding. I won't. NSA.
But yeah, man, big. Long story short, guys, if you're expecting or you're planning on having kids and your gaming is a big part of your life, there are ways to balance them healthily, and there are ways to balance them non-healthily. So take it from us and make the right choices, and don't sacrifice your sleep. That's the biggie.
Yeah, I will say we sounds very negative about it, but some of the most fun in gaming that I've had in the last few years was when my son asked me to play Switch Sports just a little bit ago. He's 3 years old, and we're just sitting there like bowling, and he's bowling like 150 without any assistance, and
Nailed
it's
it.
really, really fun. And you can share some pretty incredible moments with the kiddo and not have it be unhealthy.
Right.
It's like building the Nintendo Lego out of cardboard, and hopefully, I think the next thing I'm going to buy is that I'm actually going to get that Mario Circuit Racer because he really likes remote control cars.
Yeah, it seems like a home run. Might be it's time to fork over for that one too. The problem is, I feel like you need two.
Yeah, you might. I think I'll have my hands full making sure that he's acting appropriate with that thing
Yeah, true.
and not trying to like slam it into the cats and stuff. But
Nice.
yeah, I
Cool.
don't know.
Yeah, it's not all negative. There's a lot of cool stuff. I have so many good memories playing games with Liam and seeing how happy he is when he figures something out, or he thinks I'm the god of gaming, which I am. But it's
Which
it's entertaining to see his mindset and how they kind of solve problems, and you can teach him, and there's learning points in there and all that kind of stuff. So it's good. It's all
yeah,
good. It
he
doesn't
loves
have
watching me
to
rip people apart on God of War. Just kidding.
Yeah, he loves watching me play Mortuary's Assistant. All right, guys. That is the semi-abbreviated major topic for the week with your two hosts and co-hosts that are looking to get out of here and take care of some life stuff. So we will move on into what we played this week.
Dad, I want to watch you embalm a body.
Oh, you need to take the entrails out through the sphincter. Oh. Thanks, son. I love bonding over video games with you. All right. Funny story, guys. We had our one of our writers, or our only writer, lined up to fill in for ImPickleMatt, who wasn't going to be here tonight. Well, it turns out SwiftMeat not here tonight. ImPickleMatt is here tonight, and Buttered Toast thought it was yesterday, so he waited in the Discord lobby for 2 hours waiting for us to get on here and do the podcast because he's a nerd. So you might see him in the chat there, but
no shit. It's really funny though because it was like 9 o'clock and I was like, oh, the podcast is going on. I got to log on Twitch and see, like, make sure I'm, I'll catch the end of it or something. And I was like, oh shit, it's Tuesday.
I was wondering. I went back and read his text, and it does definitely indicate that he thought we were doing it at the end of the night.
I did not read it like that.
Yeah,
I did not read it like that. But he is not as sleep deprived as me, so
yeah. He did fill in. He's playing hockey tonight, but he did fill in what he played this week. So we'll just run through those real quick. He started Tunic. I'm so happy for him. Looks like he got the Zelda bug because immediately he started playing Zelda: Link to the Past on the SNES. Played some
Nice.
Warzone, Apex Legends, Arenas, which is actually pretty fun. I played a couple games with him before, but there you have it, Butter Toast. You guys haven't seen him yet unless you watched our Game Awards live react. But Pickle Matt, did you get any gaming in at all in the last week?
Yeah, I played Slay the Spire on the App Store.
Oh yeah,
which is
right.
cool.
Yeah.
What else did I play? Steam Deck. Did I play any? No. Did I play any? I played a little bit of Wii Sports with the son. So we played the breadstick game and the bowling, and I think that's it, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's got to be. If anybody's got any Steam Deck recommendations, I think I'm going to be, welded to that thing for gaming for the next foreseeable future.
Oh, I got
I
you,
really
dude.
wish. I really wish Tears of the Kingdom or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out like last week. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, that would have been perfect, but it didn't. So you never get to play it.
Yeah, send me your Steam Deck recommendations.
Well, I got some for you. I went into a deep, dark rabbit hole while packing on the Steam Deck.
Gross.
So, yeah. I now have PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, Epic Game Store, and BattleNet all installed on my Steam Deck.
Okay, so you said that you need to post a tutorial to the Discord. That'd be super cool. Can you do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I will. I will do that this week at some point. But yeah,
That's a fucking lie.
yeah, totally gonna do that. It's on my list of things to do besides move cross country
As you're moving across country.
and start a new job. Anyways, cool. So yeah, I mostly did a lot of that just to see that it could work. Right, like I fired up Overwatch. I played a game of Overwatch with Swift and Craig and JMO with no headset and no microphone, and I talked to them through the Steam Deck while playing Overwatch, and got to play the game. So it works
What?
great. And they were like, I was like, does it sound weird? Does the microphone? And they're like, honestly, it sounds fine. I was like, that's insane.
Dude, God bless 2022 technology, because I'm still listening to people on Xbox 360's headsets, it seems like.
Yeah.
Ooh, Anaheim says the goal for Team USA. Good
very
job,
nice.
USA.
Very nice. Yeah, man. So I got all kinds of stuff installed on there. Only one that's been giving me issues is PlayStation Plus. It's very finicky, and you got to do some pretty hardcore workarounds with the Linux based desktop mode, but it works, and it's cool.
That makes no sense to me, because you're playing a console, like you're not even playing anything PC related. Are you doing like remote play on your PlayStation?
No, I'm doing cloud based. So the problem with Xbox Game Pass works great because it works through a browser easily.
Yeah, right.
The PlayStation Plus is an actual program, just like BattleNet is, to launch the games. BattleNet works fine, but for some reason, PlayStation Plus, the program has compatibility issues. It's a Windows-based program, so you force it to be compatible on Linux with another piece of software, and so a lot of shit's just running at the same time, and it doesn't work great.
But you're forcing something that isn't even PC based to be compatible with a different PC based thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, but it's all cloud-based. It's weird, but
Okay. Yeah. That doesn't sound super awesome.
you're jumping through a lot of hoops. I don't think I'll do a whole lot of PlayStation Plus on there. I mostly just wanted to do it to say that it worked, which it did, kind of. What else? Okay, and so then I started going just deep down the rabbit hole on my Steam Deck, and then I decided to keep going into Final Fantasy, and then I put about like 8 hours worth of time into Final Fantasy. I've got 2 of the crystal shards recharged or whatever, restored, and I'm gonna beat that game, and I'm gonna continue to play Final Fantasy games until I beat them all, and I might stream them.
That's a good that's a pretty cool task, but you got to get Last of Us done first.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. On the list, it's on the list. Other than that, man, that's about it. Spent a lot of time on Final Fantasy. Spent a lot of time messing around on the Steam Deck, and then started playing Last of Us. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to say. So as a PlayStation Plus subscriber, I was given a 2-hour trial of the game. Downloaded it, turned it on. I was taking a break because I had been packing all day. Jen came home right when I fired it up. I was like, I'm going to play this game while I take a break. She started packing Legos right next to me, right when I was trying to hear what was happening at the beginning of the story. So I paused it.
You just hear them.
Yeah, I looked at her. I was like, okay, I'm not going to play this. So I paused it, but I didn't exit the game. So my 2-hour trial.
Oh.
I had 15 minutes left by the time I turned it back on. But that 15 minutes was enough to get me hooked and also lose my daughter. And yeah, I'm in there.
Rip.
But Jen's watching/playing it with me. That's the experiment I'm doing. Is I'm gonna let her play some of it and watch it. Like I'm not gonna play it unless she's there at least. So that's the other part of it.
Did you say that the losing the daughter part like made her want to not
Yeah.
ever play it
So
again?
we're playing, and the dude shoots her. What's her? I can't even remember her name. I've moved on. It's been 20 years.
Moved on.
Give me a break. But she goes as soon as it happens, and she's like bleeding out. Jen's just like, "What the fuck?" She like, I could tell she had already like bought into the characters and was like emotionally connected to them. And then no mom wants to see that happening on the TV. And I was like, oh, she's not going to want to do this anymore. But then she was still interested as we kept playing. So we'll see. But that's that. What the fuck? All right. That's what we played this week. Guys, in the chat, let us know if there's a game that we must try and talk about on one of these episodes. Or send us a comment on Twitter or Instagram, OMG_podcast GG, and we'd love to hear from you.
Anaheim says you're going to let her play the horror parts. That's actually pretty funny.
That's actually a smart idea. Yeah, I'm going to definitely do that.
Yeah. Jen's going to be in charge of the clickers.
I've heard that sound before, just being involved in the gaming culture. So,
oh yeah, that's a very prominent. What would you call it? I haven't slept in a while. Thesaurus, me.
Prominent. I don't know.
Unique.
Whatever. New York. All right, guys, that's what we played this week, and that's basically going to round out the episode for the week. It's a quick one, but we're going to move on and do some life stuff. We're going to do everything we can to keep bringing you episodes, gaming news, commentary, reviews, and glad you guys are able to join us and keep listening. We're slowly growing this community, and we'd love to have more of you join. That Discord link is in the description for the podcast. OneMoreGame Discord. Join us. See you there. All right, PickleMatt, anything else before you head off to be a Dad of the Year? Before we go, you got anything for these guys?
Does the human body need sleep?
Do you read about the Russian sleep experiment on the internet and
Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
All right, and get yourself some sleep, buddy, because clearly you need it. For you listeners who want to catch us live every week, you can find us on twitch.tv/OMG podcast every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. We talk. You can join us in the chat, talk about video games while we talk about video games. Oh, I forgot about one more game that I played. I forgot to mention, and I think this
more game, just one more.
Might be a rabbit trail that I go down, but Disco Elysium. What do you know about it?
We talked about this game, right?
Yeah.
No, wait. This is the story-driven, like dialogue kind of game, right?
Yeah,
detective game.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
It's very trippy and psychologically influenced, as in like psychology, like the way the human brain works.
Like
kind of
Mind. What is that? Mindhunter, the TV show?
Yes, very similar to that. And you're like having an inner dialogue instead of talking to all these characters. You're talking to your ego and your fear and all that kind of weirdness. And it's
is it like the early, like the black and white, like Mr. PI guy where he breaks the fourth wall and talks to?
No, it's weird, man.
It's psychedelic. Okay, got it.
Yeah. It's a disaster, and it's kind of a masterpiece, I think, literarily, if you like that kind of stuff. But I'm barely in there so far, but that might be one that I pursue a little bit. All right.
That came out a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Because I think
it was Game of the Year
like a long time ago.
Game of the Year 3 years ago.
Oh, so not that long ago. Okay.
All right, guys. Keep following us on Twitter for more news on subscriber gifts or giveaways. We may have some stuff coming up working with viraltech.com. You can find me streaming from time to time at twitch.tv/the__stroke. and PickleMatt over there at twitch.tv/ImPickleMatt. For our other episodes you want to hear, check us out on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or omgpodcast.podbean.com, or anywhere else you find podcasts. We're there. We're in there. All right, PickleMatt, I'll let you go and get some sleep. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers, and we'll see you on the next episode of One More Game. PickleMatt, see ya!
See ya.